How's it going, guys? So, today is Saturday, I think June 9th or something like that. Sounds horrible, but yeah, that's life. So, life's been crazy these last little bit since having an issue with the landlord. I know exactly what the issue was. It was the vape shop on the main floor complaining about me. Um, Even though they've been gone for 4 fucking months. Anywho, so I've had to be meeting customers off property. So I can't even have them in the parking lot of this building. I got to run around like I'm a freaking track star. So yesterday was Friday. Had a great day. I did $1,560 in sales. So great sales. If I was able to have customers in here, they would have been way better. I probably would have done over $3,000. Ever since I got the news that I couldn't have customers down here anymore, I just get small sales. So all those $100 sales, $200 sales, the odd $300 sale, those are gone until I get a spot again. It's just 20, 40, 60. I think in the 13 days that I've been operating like this, I've had one or two sales that are over 100. So like rare. And then yesterday, finally Friday at 3:25, 2:30, the leasing agent finally, after me harassing him literally every single day for almost 2 weeks to resolve this and me write them a damn check to get me on this main floor. Finally, after being harassed for 2 weeks, he sends me a lease with barely any time left in the day, knowing how much I want to get up there and put an end to this. He gave me basically no time to read it, thinking, oh yeah, he's gonna come drop off the check with this signed. But no, I asked him, well, am I gonna get the keys if I come drop it off like right now? Well, no, we can't change the locks that fast. It's like, fuck, you're not even gonna change the locks. So that's fishy. And then of course, so I hired a lawyer. I spent $870 on it. I didn't have time to go to the meeting this morning because I had to open the store. So my wife went and met up with him. And we had emailed him a copy of the lease that we were sent, and he was floored. He's like, man, I've never seen a lease like this. This is messed up. So they wanted 3 months worth of damage deposit. They only wanted to do a 6-month lease. And there was like 4 full pages of ways that they can keep my damage deposit. And then one of the clauses in it is that as the damage deposit gets used up, that it needs to be topped up, so that there always needs to be 3 months worth of damage deposit in that account. Everything from lines of like, oh, it's 50 cents a square foot for the HVAC depreciation. It's like, what? I've signed plenty of leases, I tell you, and I've never seen anything like that. Just craziness in this lease. I have only made it through 10 of the 22 pages. And it's just insane what is in there. So yeah, I really don't even know what the hell's going on. At the end of the day, man, I'm not stressed. You know, I'm making money, and if I gotta keep rocking this out, just meeting people off property for 2 more weeks, hell, I've already done it for 2 weeks. What's another 2 weeks? So yeah, that's kind of a piss off, but is what it is. I think it's that, and the whole week he was pushing, oh, why don't you take the unit that the vape shop's moving out of, which is my old store. The rent there is about $5,000 a month. Then you got your insurance, your heat, your fucking power, your water, blah, 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 blah. You're looking at $7,000. That's a lot of money. And it's a big space. I don't need 1,900 square feet for what I'm doing. So I said, no, like that's a massive price jump. And I don't need that much space. But he's been pushing that. And so I think that was just his way of giving me this lease of like, if the idiot signs it, sweet, we'll screw him over. If he doesn't want to sign it, he can take that spot upstairs. We don't give a crap. So, yeah, kind of stressful, but is what it is. I'm bad with it, but I try to tell myself, don't let things stress you or ruin your day that you cannot control. But that's life. But yeah, the sales have been good. Did over $1,000 on Thursday. Yesterday was super good. Today, within 5 minutes of me being here, had 3 people. Bam, bam, bam. So I was already at $150 in sales. Damn near freaking before I would have technically even been open. I was here probably half an hour early to meet these people, and making sales at night. I have to meet them outside here anyway. So what the hell does it matter if I meet them here or down the street from my house? So I have been going home a little bit early, just because it's like, what's the point? So that's been good. Technology with those new little square. Of course, I left it at home this morning, but just those little square readers, they work off your phone. I got that Square app. It's free on your phone, and I've now figured out how to accept tap on my phone. So, I don't even need that machine anymore for half the times. Obviously, the fees are a bit more with the tap feature, but better than nothing at the end of the day. But that definitely does add up. I have also been doing a lot of email transfers. You Americans won't know what that is. So in Canada, instead of Zelle or Venmo, we do not have those apps. They do not work here. So we have what's called email transfer. So it's just literally through your email, the Canadian banks back and forth. There's 0 fees on it for the seller or for the customer. You can have it set up so it's direct deposit, so you don't even need to have the password, anything like that. So it's like, you know what? If I'm doing $3,000 a day, that's lots of credit card fees, and lots of banking fees to deposit cash. They charge you every which way. So I think I'm really going to be using the email transfer. That should save upwards of $1,000 a month between credit card fees and then banking fees. Obviously, once the bank realizes, oh, he's trying to bypass this, well, maybe they'll start charging me somewhere else. But for the time being, I'm rocking that out pretty freaking hard. And yeah, so I'm not stressing, but I just wanted to give you guys a little update. I really got to get used to picking up the camera and filming things as this happened. So I should have been filming my wife when she came up and was explaining what the lawyer had told her when she met up with him. And, so hopefully I'll start remembering more of it. But, like here's half of the lease. Like I said, I'm trying to go through it. Here's the lawyer's writing. See on just every page. I haven't read any of this shit, but like on every page, he and this isn't just like some random lawyer. This is a lawyer that specializes in leases. And literally just every single page, other than the floor plan, that's the only page that did not have things of like, what the fuck is going on? Sorry for my language, guys. When I get a little riled up and have a couple of Red Bulls in me, I get going pretty crazy. But anywho, thanks for tuning in. If there is anyone even tuning in, I really, just really want to keep myself accountable by posting these. My goal with this channel, for the reason for making it is, like that show Undercover Billionaire. Some of you probably know Grant Cardone, where basically he starts with $100 under a fake name and dropped off in some random town. And I think they give him like 90 days or something like that to try to build a $1 million net worth, or they'll evaluate businesses or whatever. I think it's a little longer than 90 days. It might be 6 months. So that sounds pretty crazy, building a $1 million net worth in freaking 90 days from $100 in a $3,000 or $4,000 freaking busted up SUV. Sadly, there was COVID with Grant, so that kind of screwed up. I was really enjoying that show. It was unfortunate that they didn't finish it the way it should have finished. But, I mean, COVID screwed everyone. Doesn't matter what industry you were in, unless you were freaking for Pfizer, then you're making money like hand over fist. But for the rest of us simple folk, it destroyed us. But gotta recover. Stop making excuses and start executing plans. But anyways, I'm gonna get going here. I'm gonna try finishing reading this stupid crazy lease and see what the lawyer says, and hopefully on Monday talk to the leasing agent if he sees this. I'm just joking when I call you a lazy son of a gun who's a lazy meathead who's just useless. I'm just joking. But if you're not watching, yeah. So, hopefully things are on the up and up. And once again, even if they're just go this way for 2-3 weeks, fuck, even if I have to rock this out indefinitely, obviously I wouldn't. I would just go get a different freaking area, but, I can live off of $1,500 a day in sales, average it out. That's $750 profit. I got $25 a day expenses down here without that massive jump in rent. So it's $725 a day. I don't have my calculator on me, but you times that by 365 a day is minus Christmas. That's a lot of money. I'll rock that shit out all day. And I mean, it's only week 5, and 2 of the 5 weeks, people can't even come in. So like, shit's going great. It should be doing greater. To be honest, I think if I kept going with the door open, I'm pretty confident that I'd be at $3,000 a day right now. Just with how things were going, it was literally just like each of the 3 weeks. So to go from $100 for the first 3 days, I think the first day was like 110, the second day was 90, and then I think the third day was 130. I wrote it all down in my little book, but and I think it was like 560 or 580 on the fourth day, so it was like perfect, I'm doing it right. And it's just been the day before the landlord handed me that letter, or I guess his little puppet building manager. I think it was $1,880 in sales in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's fucking amazing. You know, if that was on that Undercover Billionaire show and I didn't have the issue with the landlord and the landlord let me rock it out for 3 months and then get a 3-year evaluation, I would have been at $1 million. If they're giving that 3.5 or 4-year of profit evaluation off of those 3 months, game over, boys. Game over. So, you know, I think obviously, you know, you're delusional if you're actually thinking that you are going to sell a small business for a multiple of 3. You're not. People don't have money. So realistically, if you actually want to sell your business, you're going to get the value of your assets or your inventory, you know, computer, printer, obviously not worth much. So like all that shit just vanishes. They put basically no value onto it. And then you add 6 months to a year. And you're that's what you're looking at. When I sold my vape shop that was upstairs here to them in 2016, if the IRA, or I guess if the Canadian government is listening, I did everything by the board. You know, I was writing everything down in a notebook. So like it was a brand new business from a 21-year-old, you know. But at the end of the day, like literally each day I was just writing a notebook, boom, 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 each sale, and at the end of the day, total it up. But we were doing awesome. We were doing, you know, $3,000 days on Fridays, you know, like 15, $2,000 on Mondays type thing. Thursday is close to that, 3 again. So it was a very successful business, even with the $5,000 a month rent upstairs. It was still a successful business, especially with me doing all the hours myself. And then I was paying my best friend at the time $25 an hour. Minimum wage at the time was probably $12 or so. So, you know, he's getting twice of minimum wage. That's awesome wage to hang out and smoke a little, you know what, and make jokes and whatnot. So, no, life's been good. I've had a lot of great times, you know, vacations. I used to go to Vancouver. Gosh, I would use the excuse of like, oh yeah, I got a business meeting in Vancouver. And I would just head out, decide 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm going to go leave at 8, you know. Cool, see you later, guys. And go spend 3 days out in Vancouver. Not cheap, not a cheap city, you know. Your basic hotel room is $500. I did go and stay, this is an awesome memory, in fact, in the Vancouver Trump Hotel or Tower, whatever you want to call it. It was the opening weekend that I went down there that time. And because of the election going on at the time, nobody wanted to stay there. So like, there was barely anyone there. outside were just protesters everywhere. They had it like fenced off, but I got treated like a king. I took my kid and his little brother, their mom, and they treated us like royalty there, literally. They had like private drivers for you, so if you wanted to go somewhere, you didn't call taxi, and it was a free service. And they had, what was it? I want to say it was a Rolls Royce or what, Bentley or whatever, one of those big shot vehicles. It was blue, license plate Trump, and then they had a handful of Escalades. Once again, they wouldn't charge you as part of your stay, and then obviously you'd be expected to tip the driver. So you are ended up paying more than the fee of a taxi, but it was sweet. My oldest boy, he would have been like 5 or 6, so he would have been able to like understand like this is pimp, like this is luxury, having this type of service. So it was probably an awesome experience for him. His little brother, he was too young, he wouldn't remember it at all. But yeah, I used to go down there so much. Great city, but expensive as hell. But anyways, another story for another day. But yeah, I just gotta keep the grind going. Here's actually, of course, while I was at the Trump Hotel, I had to get all of the Trump little tokens, and in that hotel, everything is Trump branded. You open up like the little mini fridge, got Trump water. Open up the little snack bar. He had these really cool gold bars that had Trump on them, and they were a chocolate bar in a gold brick packaging. And all sorts of other, the shampoos and this. The house coats were so nice. And since I was there for the starting weekend, brand new house coats, never been worn. Obviously, I wouldn't take a house coat that's been worn 1,000 times. But brand new and fucking rights. Had the slippers. I loaded up. I probably got tagged for it, but great experience. Anyways, have a good night, guys. Please like and subscribe. It would really motivate me. Thanks. Bye.